In today's video, we are going to look at the full case of the teen who woke up after a football injury, speaking fluent Mandarin, a language he had never studied. If you like suspenseful, emotional, fast-paced, and mystery-driven short videos, then click subscribe. He had just fallen hard on his head after a brutal collision with another player. Instead, he is speaking with perfect confidence and fluency, a language he has never studied before. His parents watch in horror as their son speaks directly to them in Mandarin Chinese. He doesn't know how he got here, she tells the doctor. Now he is in the emergency room being monitored by doctors and his terrified parents. Still, when his mother reaches out to touch him, he recoils slightly, confused by her touch. When she asks him in Spanish what happened, he replies in Mandarin, "How are you?" "Hi, Mom. My name is Ruben." His parents stare back at him dumbfounded. Ruben has never had a seizure before. He is rushed to the hospital where he slips into a confused, almost dreamlike state, unable to recognize his own mother. All he can say is, "I am fine." Over and over, his family is beside themselves with worry. He continues speaking, telling them he feels fine despite the pounding in his head. Maybe he picked it up casually watching TV or interacting with neighbors. But no, this didn't make sense. Despite his heritage, Ruben is fluent in English, which he learned at school. Suddenly his eyes flick open and he begins to speak. And without any further delay, let's get straight into the video. But now he is trapped inside his own body, communicating in a language he never studied. He regained his ability to speak English, but he continued to write Mandarin characters perfectly. We begin with a chilling scene. A 16-year-old boy lies unconscious on a football field, so if a part of his life was missing, he would wake up in the middle of the night crying for no apparent reason. Even simple tasks become difficult. He needs help showering and getting dressed. He struggles to remember basic facts about himself. She asked him, "What's wrong?" Through tears, he said, "I feel like I don't remember anyone. I feel like I have lost my memory. I don't know, I just blacked out." The word blackout in particular freaks his parents out. They recognized the seriousness of this moment, but fear lingered in the back of their minds. Doctors worked tirelessly to diagnose his condition. Ruben's situation raised many questions, but provided few answers. These questions echoed in the halls of the hospital, unanswered and unsettling. It was as if a switch had been flipped, turning off the language he never knew. He went back to school and started hanging out with his friends. The Mandarin speaking episodes became less frequent. What was that language? Why did I speak it? When he hears Spanish songs, it brings a flicker of recognition to his eyes. They told him no one visited him speaking that language. He tried to move forward to focus on his studies and his football career. It was as if his brain had a secret, one that refused to reveal itself. Acquired savant syndrome is a rare condition where brain injury unlocks abilities most people do and have, like musical genius, artistic precision, or in Ruben's case, language fluency. No one knows exactly why it happens, and it's nearly impossible to replicate. The music stirs emotions within him, connecting him to his heritage. He recognizes his mother, but he doesn't remember his father's name. He knows he's from San Diego, but he can't remember what city he lives in. His spirit unbroken, he hoped for a solution, a way to return to his normal life. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. See you next time. He'd never eaten with chopsticks before. His seizures stopped, became less confused, and he started regaining his memories. But his words are not in English. They're not in his native Spanish. Some doctors suggested Xenoglossy, the spontaneous ability to speak a foreign language. This mysterious phenomenon is often dismissed as pseudoscience. Ni hao ma, wo de hea, wo de mingzi shi Ruben, he says. That begs the question, what happens when your brain unlocks a language you were never taught? After a head injury, Ruben was sent home. They finally find someone who translates. He says he feels okay, but he doesn't remember anything. The young patient seems calm, though there is a gash on his forehead and blood trickling down his temple. "Wo boozy tao, da. Wo chi wang fa da," he says. As Ruben speaks, they watch in amazement as he uses chopsticks to eat, showing a level of familiarity with the utensils that confuses them even more. After reviewing scans, doctors found a mild concussion, but no sign of severe brain injury. But 3 days later, he suffered a seizure. This is worrying. When she calls out to him, Ruben, he looks away, unfocused, and whispers, "This isn't my voice." At first they thought maybe he had absorbed some Mandarin growing up in San Diego, where there is a large Chinese population. On the contrary, Ruben grew up in a Spanish-speaking household. His father works as a construction worker. His mother is a housekeeper. Aside from playing football, Ruben was not particularly academic. He didn't read much. He had no reason to learn Mandarin. As doctors work to solve the mystery of his sudden language skills, Ruben suffers memory loss and disorientation. For example, he remembers his name as Ruben, but he doesn't remember his birthday. As Ruben struggles to piece together his fragmented memories, he finds solace in music. But the bigger mystery remains. How did a kid who never learned Mandarin suddenly speak it fluently? Others suspected foreign language syndrome, a rare subset of post-traumatic brain changes. As time went on, Ruben seemed to improve. Still, he struggled to remember things like where he was, who he was talking to, or what he was supposed to be doing. Then one day, while talking with a Mandarin-speaking nurse, he broke down. His parents clung to hope that their son would make a full recovery, that the Mandarin-speaking phase was just a strange side effect that would eventually wear off. Was this the new reality they had to accept? Or was there something more sinister at play? What kind of brain injury caused this? Was it temporary or permanent? Was Ruben truly himself, or was something else controlling him? As Ruben grappled with his condition, he underwent a battery of tests to help unravel the mystery of his Mandarin speaking abilities. They checked for signs of infection, inflammation, or structural damage, but everything seemed normal. Throughout this ordeal, Ruben remained strong, endured countless tests, procedures, and scans with a stoicism that belied his age. As the days turned into weeks, Ruben started to improve. Gradually, his grasp on the English language strengthened, and the Mandarin-speaking episodes became less frequent. But the medical community was left puzzled. There was no clear explanation for his condition. The tests revealed nothing abnormal, yet the change was undeniable. Weeks turned into months, and Ruben began to resemble the boy he once was. Then one day, Ruben woke up in the middle of the night and whispered to himself. He began to wonder about his time in the hospital, asking his parents if anyone spoke Mandarin to him while he was unconscious. As time went on, the incident faded into a distant memory. It's a strange chapter in Ruben's life that he couldn't quite understand. But sometimes in the quiet moments, he still dreams in Mandarin. And he wonders, what else is hiding inside my mind waiting to be unlocked? So this was the full case of the teen who woke up after a football injury speaking fluent Mandarin, a language he'd never studied. Now here is a simple explanation of the condition. In some cases, the brain reroutes neural pathways during healing, activating unusual or underused memory regions. So do you think you might have a hidden talent locked away in your brain just waiting to be discovered? We sure hope not. That was the end of this video. So what do you think happened to this teen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.